Dream, thank you for being here already. Before the live even started, you were chilling, waiting for it, so I appreciate that. I got my anything is possible
Thank you for being
coffee
here
mug.
already.
Before
Oh
the live
god.
even started, you were chilling, waiting for it, so I appreciate that.
Shh, buddy, it's okay. It's alright. You go back to sleep.
Look at that. 2752 followers. We're almost at 200 followers or subscribers on YouTube, so we're cruising along. So far, I've been really enjoying doing these live streams, and they've been helping me be consistent with my trading. Truthfully, they've been helping me be a better trader doing these, because I'm like, oh shit, if I make that trade, I'm gonna have to tell them about it. I'm gonna have to justify it. I can't justify it to myself, can't justify it to you guys. But this is Kaspa. I was looking at Kaspa today because a lot of people are saying that this is a double top formation on Kaspa, and I have a decently sized position in Kaspa on my small account challenge here, which just crossed $600. Shout out the small account. Oh, okay. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I didn't want it to be up there anyways. But I got $70 in it, which is pretty large. It was not always $70. It's kind of grown into that $70. So I was seeing, is this actually a double top? Should I be taking profits? But it honestly looks like it's going to continue. We had a nice little pullback, and it's starting to make moves forward again. This is on the daily, of course. So I put the Fibonacci on just to see where I will be taking profits, because it's already getting pretty big. The market cap on Kaspa. The market cap on Kaspa, let's go to it. Come on, bring me to Kaspa. How come I feel like it goes to it sometimes when I'm not interested in it? But then, like, sometimes I'll accidentally click somewhere on it and it'll bring me to this page. Other times it won't. The market cap's already at 750 million, so like, I think it will do well, but will it be in the top 10, top 20 cryptos for next bull market? I'm not totally certain on that, and it's already in the top 100. So I'm going to be taking profits, essentially. I plan on taking profits along the way, because how big of a coin is this actually going to get? So from here, first tranche I'll take is at that 63. I did the Fibonacci sequence to let me know about where I consider taking the profits. See how the lines line up pretty beautifully there? So just as we go here, I'll be taking a little bit and a little bit and a little bit off the table. If we have any major retracements, maybe I add back in, because I do like the project. I just don't know how big it will actually get. Will it get to like a $75 billion market cap? Probably not. Yeah, I need a bit more to take profits on Kaspa. Same. All right, let's see. What direction is the market moving today? Let's go to CoinMarketCap, kind of get a feel for everything. So I don't know what fire sale you're talking about. Everything looks like it's just kind of benign again today. We've been in that crab market for so long at this point. XRP's going down a little bit. In the last 24 hours, Bitcoin Gold is up the most, and Bitcoin Silver. I know it's not Bitcoin Silver, but eCash, XDC, Optimism. Okay. We got Curve down a bunch. All right, so the DEXs aren't doing too hot. Let's see what the patterns look like. Let's see if we see anything that fits our threshold. Ethereum is a no-go. Bitcoin, no-go. Cardano, they all look so similar right now. Cardano's a no-go. Matic, a no-go. Sol, nope. HBAR, maybe. HBAR is looking kind of bearish in that pattern. Alright, XRP is looking also kind of bearish. This could be something. This could be something with XRP. I would have liked to get it back here a little bit, but very, very, very small moves here. Aptos, it was yesterday. Let me refresh my memory. Yeah, this dump right here, I'm assuming you're talking about. Aptos kind of disrespecting it. Arbitrum, not the pattern we like, but talk about a strong climb. This would have been nice to trade, you know? You see that? This still could be. We're kind of breaking below the pattern, it feels. I know it's not actually breaking below that line that I drew, but it does look like this pattern it was just on is starting to break. But Arbitrum is in a nice clean uptrend right there. BNB and Aave. I want to check BNB on the larger time scale. See if we're climbing up for our trade here. Because we're long BNB from down here. We're long BNB for a little bit. I think we're up 3% right now on a 6x leverage trade with the anticipation of us going back to the top of the channel here. So we have some moves. We got some range still. It's not moved almost at all. So we still need a bunch of time to go by on this one. This is going to take days. That's why we went in with 25% of what we could be trading with. XRP looked a little bit bearish today, if I recall. It might be a day to short XRP. Look at this. We've been consolidating for a minute. It could be the day. Let me turn the SMA back on. Yeah, it hasn't reached it yet. We might come back down on XRP. Who knows? But that's more of a long-term thing. Let's look at the day-to-day. I don't know, Dream. What do you think? Did you see a pattern that looked decent enough to trade? I think I might take some XRP shorts here. Probably do high leverage because it's not moving too much, and then try and be quick with taking the profits. I saw, what's XLM doing? XLM was down bad. I'm on BitGet, so I want BitGet. Here we go. Yeah, that's because on the day chart, we just haven't been moving, you know? It's been realistically, how long is this of just a sideways market? It's been 40 days of a sideways market, and if you even want to like take it back a little bit, we haven't really gone anywhere since here. Since mid-March till now. So almost 6 months we've done nothing in the market for Bitcoin. It's just been a little bit choppy, but sideways completely. So some moves have to be made eventually, right? Eventually. Saw someone said Bitcoin is about to hit a resistance that would drop to a support of 18K. I don't know though. You're my favorite expert, Dream. Thank you. I don't know that I can consider myself an expert though. We're still on the up and up learning together, right? You guys remember, or you know that I love this chart. I love this chart. A lot of experts in the field are still up here on peak of Mount Stupid, if it'll load nicely. It may not load nicely. Peak of Mount Stupid. A lot of experts on social media are up here. I like to think I've gone through the Valley of Despair and I'm on the slope of enlightenment, but not necessarily an expert. I just think I know what I'm talking about a little bit more. But I don't see... Look it, okay? Look it. When did FTX collapse? The chart for stupidity. November 11th, 2022, XRP, or not XRP, FTX collapsed, okay? FTX was tens of billions of dollars of pure fraudulent activity, complete and utter, like, chaos that took down everything. Everything. Like, everything collapsed because of FTX and Luna, right? But FTX was awful. It soiled the industry's name. It created intense amounts of FUD for Coinbase and Binance, and everyone lost all faith in crypto who was on the edge, right? Those of us who are still here right now did not lose faith because we understand what it is. We understand FTX was a fraudulent person or group of people, not indicative of the entire space, but that's besides the point. Everyone lost faith, and a shit ton of money was evaporated. That was this. That took us from 21,000 to 15,000. That was a 26%, 27% drawdown because of one of the largest collapses that crypto has ever seen. If FTX were to collapse again today, which I don't even know what would be the next FTX, right? What would be indicative of the same thing? Where's the chart tools here? Like, we would need something to the scale of FTX. I'm missing my drawing thing. Yes? Come on, that was the easiest one. You just wanted to be in here.
I couldn't open it.
Why can't I find the tool? Yeah. Okay, here we go. That's not what I meant to do. Damn it, Patrick. FTX collapse was this. If the equivalent happened again, and FTX were to collapse again, it would do something like this and bring us down to 22,000. What would we need in order to double that? Like, we would have to... We need 2 FTXs to happen on top of each other to bring us down to 18K. Do I see that happening? No. So, like, what is out there in the market right now that's going to collapse that would cause that? Binance, if Binance collapsed, I would probably walk away from crypto for a little bit. I don't think I would go anywhere near it for a bit. Possible? Yes. Probable? I don't think it's that probable. Binance is a global thing. If it were to collapse, yeah, 100%. So you're looking at like Binance collapsing being the only thing that could bring us down there, or Tether collapsing being the only thing. Tether collapsing has been in fear for years. The entire existence of Tether. People have been saying it's going to collapse. So yeah, if Tether collapses, if Binance collapses, arguably if Coinbase were to collapse, we'd see something like that. But I don't even think Coinbase would bring us back down to the lows. I think Coinbase would bring us back down a big drop. I don't know what Coinbase would do. It'd be interesting. I just don't see it as super realistic. Yeah, even a major terrible recession, I don't think would do it. This was COVID, a global pandemic. Okay? Global pandemic. The entire earth, everyone pretty much shut down everything that we had. That's not what I'm looking for. What is this tool? Get it out of here. That was scary. A global pandemic where the entire earth shut down all productivity. We went into the quickest and largest recession that we have ever seen in all equities. We need that. That's what it would take to bring us down to that 12K mark. We need that. We need another global catastrophe to happen like that. So maybe, yeah, we break out into World War III. That could do it too. So there's a couple things. 3 things that I think could do it. I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to happen though, because it's just like, what is the odds of it happening? That would be scary. I'd have bigger fears if we broke out into World War III than, oh no, my Bitcoin went down. And plus, look at how quickly it just recovers. You know what they're going to do? Instantly, shit comes right back up within 2 months from that pandemic. So if we had a similar response from the Fed and from the people in charge of the monetary system, we would see a very similar thing, which would shoot us into the next bull market, just like it did back here, because they turned the money printers on to infinity, and it just went crazy, because that's the only solution they have to this kind of stuff. If some absolute catastrophe outside of crypto were to happen, they would immediately turn the money printers on and cut rates. Who knows? There is no denying, though, that we're at a pretty interesting point that could take us a while to break. But then again, we've also been testing it for 6 months. So we've been trying to break it for 6 months. So we already have, a lot of data saying that this is an area that is not going to be easy to get through, and it hasn't been. It's proven it has not been. I'm curious what the Bitcoin dominance is looking like. Actually, before I get carried away with that, let's see if we can open up the trade on XRP. Let's see if XRP is looking like it's something we should trade. For the sake of the live stream, I'm going to. And just to let you know, the BNB long from the other day, we're up 4% on. Very, very minuscule. 4% on a 6x leverage trade is not insane. So, XRP. Let's go to futures, USDT. Let's go to the 1 minute. Yeah, I think we're at a good spot to be shorting right here. Let's see. The RSI is starting to calm down a little bit, so we might even see a bounce actually up, but the overall trend is down. We just had the similar pattern over the middle VWAP here, so I would likely put my stop loss here and my take profits down here at a local bottom. So it's not the greatest. Risking one to make one, but I think the trend is likely going to be in my favor. Overall, Bitcoin's kind of going up, so this might not be the smoothest trade actually. Yeah. That's definitely a valid comparison. Definitely a valid comparison. I actually kind of respect what Powell's been doing. I think he's doing a lot better of a job than a lot of people expected. Most people, especially in the world of crypto, expected a harsh, terrible landing, and I think they actually have a pretty good shot at pulling off a soft landing here with everything, which is shocking. Not super expected. Alright, I'm going to do a 10x leverage on XRP. I'm going to go in with half of what I have left in the account. Remember, I did 25% in BNB, so now I got 75%. I'm going in and half of that, so this is the equivalent of a little bit over a third of what would be in the account normally. We're going to sell, short, confirm. We are short XRP. This could bite us in the ass a little bit. This trade's not the smoothest trade, but we're going to put our stop loss and take profit. Take profit down here at 0.702. And our stop loss up here at 0.707. Yeah, this is not a good risk to reward, but we're already in it. It's funny because I'm quite literally risking, I might make $1 off of this trade for the account. That's funny. I listened to an old-time gold dealer say that they tried to lower inflation with raising rates in the 80s, and that didn't work. Well, it did work. It 100% did work. I mean, maybe he lived through it, so maybe he's got a little bit more insight than me, but I feel as if it's not going to take that much research to see that it did work. Plus, and it's working this time. It's already worked this time. We had 3% inflation. That's insane. So inflation came down here. Let's go to the Fed futures. I know that this has the market's convinced they're done raising rates as well. This goes back to 87. So when did inflation peak back here? 1980 on the dot. So this doesn't go back far enough. Cool. Thanks a lot. Rat bastards. The problem back in the 80s, and I'll get into this as soon as I find some data that supports my thesis here. Did I type in inflation data? Oh. Here we go. Yeah, so it lines up perfectly. The peak of inflation lines up perfectly with when they spiked interest rates like that. The problem that happened back in the 80s was they had just come off the gold standard, and so inflation expectations were through the roof. Inflation expectations by the general public were bonkers, absolutely insane back in the 80s. Nobody ever expected, like they all were 100% convinced we were about to have runaway inflation forever because they put us onto a fiat system. And while they weren't totally wrong, it didn't happen the way that everyone was expecting it to happen. Inflation expectations govern exactly what people are going to be spending their money on, right? If you think inflation's going to be really bad, you'll spend your money now, thus causing inflation to become really bad because you're spending all your money right now. So as long as that stays anchored, then you're generally speaking pretty good. The problem was that it wasn't anchored back then because they continued to raise rates and cut rates and raise rates and cut rates. This doesn't even have it back till then. Let's see if they have... Nope, I think it only goes back to... Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't go back far enough. Oh, this isn't going to be a good one either. I don't know that I'll be able to find the chart right now to dictate that. But you can see it on this. They continued, like, for all of the 70s, they would raise rates and then cut it when they thought they had inflation under control, and then raise rates and cut it when they thought it, and raise rates and cut, and raise and cut. And nobody believed that they knew what they were doing until Volcker came in and just absolutely skyrocketed rates overnight. That's why people back then had mortgages with 18% interest rates, because they skyrocketed the shit out of the rates so that they could get inflation under control, and they left it up here elevated for quite some time until they were certain that inflation had come back down, which is something that they're doing right now. They're making sure they don't do the same mistakes. So they raised rates rapidly, and they're holding it here until they see that they won 100%, which I think is going to be... Now we get into my opinion. We get into a little bit of my opinion here. I believe that because they're doing this, I believe that if you're paying attention to inflation and what's driving inflation, it's been won. We already won that battle, and it's coming down. It's already come down. You look at all the metrics, the commodities, you look at companies' earnings, like inflation is mostly under control at this point. And I think it would be advantageous of them to stop, to like start being accommodative. Wow, my throat. To start being a little bit accommodative and chill with the raising rates and just like stay stagnant if you need to. But I think they're driving it down. I think they'll end up driving us into deflation a little bit, and they will have to flip immediately because deflation is terrible for an economy. So they'll likely have to flip immediately when we start seeing some deflation and just cut this all the way down really, really quickly. And I think that is not going to be the greatest thing for the economy. I think it would have been nicer if they prolonged this a little bit and just smoothed everything out. But at the same time, what the hell do I know? I'm just a kid sitting in my studio here who just got liquidated on, oh, I got my profits on XRP. God damn, I should not have had to stop, take profits. Damn, what the hell? What the hell just happened? Alright, well, we made that trade. That trade was profitable. My throat, I'm sorry for this right now. Powell is more likable than the two before him, 100%. Agreed. My buddy sent me a message saying he hopes RFK wins the race. I thought he was talking about the presidential race. He was talking NASCAR. They get the government to stop printing and the banks when the banks are collapsing. There's no... They can't stop. They can't stop printing. It's the economic cycle. If they stop printing, everyone loses faith. The only way that you keep this system alive is by printing. And we have a playbook. You go look at any developed fiat system for the last 600 years. This is the exact playbook, and we're in the final couple innings of the system. Who knows how long these innings last, right? Maybe we go into the 10th inning, the 12th inning, the 15th inning. Who knows how long these innings will last? But we are in the final couple innings for the US dollar. I wish, damn, look at how nice this would have been. So I don't actually remember exactly what price I got in, but it was right around the halfway mark. Instantly went down 1.3%, but I put my take profit right here to be a good trader. So I was on 10x leverage, so I made 3.6%. I would have made 13% if I timed it, but I would have probably just sold right here when we saw. That's right, look at that. We winning. We winning. Who knows? I don't, but I'm watching the right guy. I also don't really know exactly how it's going to play out. This is my first time going through this cycle as well. I mean, I went through this cycle of raising rates and then cutting during 2020, but that was like very interesting, and we weren't really having an inflation battle. So this is any newer investor, and by newer I mean anyone who didn't live through the 70s and 80s. This is really the first battle of inflation that we've gone through for decades. So most people out there have no idea what we're talking about. It's mostly just modern economic theories, because even like QE wasn't a thing back here. We didn't have the confirmation that the Fed would step in and bail everyone out back here. In fact, we had the opposite. We had the precedent set that the Fed was willing to destroy everything to make sure inflation did not go crazy. So like back here, they were still setting precedents. Here we have precedents set, and it's just a matter of like seeing if their tools work. But I think it's interesting, and then I'll go back to trading, see if we can find something else. Otherwise, I'll move on for the day. But I think it's interesting if you look at this chart here and try and like cut out this spike and start it back here. We had inflation up here at 5%, and it was on a slow trajectory down. Like for the last decade or two, we've been struggling to keep inflation above zero. That's why they were printing so much money. That's partially why they were printing so much money and had rates at zero for so long, is because we were struggling to keep inflation at all. So that's the trajectory we're on, is a road to deflation. And this, what they're doing right now, I believe, will just accelerate the deflation dramatically. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Let's go through. Yep. XRP is tanking. Let's see. That means everything probably just fell off a little bit of a cliff, unless it was purely an XRP thing. XRP. We got Bitcoin. We got Cardano. Yeah, everything looks very similar. So let's look at Crypto Panic. Arbitrum is holding up. Arbitrum's holding up pretty nicely. I'm glad we didn't take the long on Arbitrum. That would have been sad. Aave just fell off a cliff. Paid full for CKP. Looking forward to it. I asked Josh if there was a discount. He's been kind of sick, so he didn't get back to me. I texted him because we missed our call for the week, so I texted him just to check. I don't think that there is one set up. We'd talked about it in the past. I'd actually suggested, you ready for this? This is a crazy idea. I suggested that we do a referral bonus thing. So if you refer someone into it, you get a free month. I don't know that that's going to go through because I'm not the only person. There's like 10 people involved with the Discord, so I don't know that everyone was on board with that. I think it would be a good idea, but that's just my opinion. But you'll love it. We got a classroom. I still got to decide what cryptocurrency to do the classroom on. Do you have any suggestions? I was looking into Saucer Swap last night. This is, hit me before we log off. Hit me with a suggestion for a cryptocurrency we should do the classroom on. Hit me with it, Dream. Not guaranteed that we'll do it, but I want to see some opinions. I was looking into Saucer Swap. This is the leading DEX for HBAR, and I was doing some moon math on it because it's very, very, very small at $16 million market cap. If in the previous bull markets, the decentralized exchanges for Ethereum, Binance, and Polygon got anywhere between 2 to 5% of their main layer one's market cap. So Ethereum got to $500 billion market cap, and Uniswap got to 5% of that. Looking at BNB got to like a $100 billion market cap, and PancakeSwap got to $5 billion market cap. So looking at that, okay, I wanted to extrapolate if HBAR were to get to Cardano's previous market cap of 80 billion and Saucer Swap were to be 2% of that, you're looking at this thing going up to potentially $2 billion in market cap. It's sitting at 16 million. That's like a 100x from here. I was like, okay, that's kind of attractive. If I think HBAR is going to win, that means Saucer Swap's likely going to win. And if Saucer Swap wins, it wins big. Let's see. Incentives. Have you done XDC? I have not done XDC. Maybe that would be a good one. Thank you for that. A lot of people have been talking about it, so that could actually be a pretty good one. Went up 83% on the bubbles. Yes, it did. XDC is having a good time right now, I think. XDC's been making people a lot of money recently. Yeah, look at that. Just on the last month. It's coming back to life, baby. It's sitting pretty small still, too. Not small, but... maybe it's worth it. I am going to be on TikTok today. Yeah, I'll be on TikTok. I'm going to show you my new stuff. I got new decorations. Chaos gave me that, Crypto Chaos. And then I got a plant so I could hang it. And then, yeah. There's my tinfoil hat on the ground. I just wanted to show someone. It's a shame because I made them all too high up when I put the shelves initially, so you can't really see them. But thank you. I'm glad we had a successful trade on the stream. I'm still waiting on BNB. Oh no, did BNB go down a bunch? I'm still waiting on my BNB long. That we're not taking profits until it reaches closer to the top of this channel. I believe it's at 260 is where we're taking profits. So the swing trade's just chilling. Your time's your most valuable asset, Dream. Thank you for being here. I will see you in both Discords now.